Welcome back to Mommy Siom once again. My name is Chioma and today I'm going to share with you this quick jollof spaghetti recipe. Recipe is something you can quickly make up for lunch or dinner for the whole family. It's also a very good lunchbox idea for the kids. As you can see, I've packed it in the lunchbox, which is good. And without wasting much of your time, let's get into it. But before we do that, please remember to subscribe to Mommy Siom and also please give me a thumbs up and support my channel to grow. So I've got here the ingredients that I'm going to be using. I've got my spaghetti here. I'm using the long spaghetti. I've got my tomato puree. That's what I'm going to use, which makes it fast today. You don't need to use normal tomatoes or anything. Just tomato puree is enough. I've also got my meat stock. I've got my seasoning. I'm using an all-purpose seasoning this time. I've got my Italian seasoning. These are the seasonings that I've started using. It makes things easy for me. If you see my previous videos, you will see how I explained it. I'm using crayfish. That's protein, and also it gives it some distinct taste, which I like. I'm also using oil, which I have here. And then I'm going to be using this frozen mixed vegetables. If you haven't got frozen mixed vegetables, you can use fresh vegetables. I'm going to show you a video on how I also make my own frozen mixed vegetables sometimes. So I'm going to start by boiling my spaghetti, and I'm going to boil it until it's soft. The texture of your spaghetti is dependent on what your child likes. If your child wants their spaghetti to be very soft, then cook it to be very soft. If they prefer it to be al dente, just with the grip, then that's fine. So once it's done and once it's soft, I'm going to drain it off. Rinse out with some cold water too. And then I'm going to put it back into my pot and then get ready to start making my sauce for the jollof. I'm going to be starting with my tomato puree, which I'm going to put in a bigger bowl. And then I'm going to add my seasonings. Next, I'm going to add some warm water into the puree. I'm going to just mix everything together. I want to get the puree not to be too concentrated, just to make it look like more like the texture of a tomato paste, or normal fresh tomatoes that has been cooked down. So that's what I'm doing now, just putting water and making sure that at least it's more fluidy rather than puree like. This makes it better when you are making your jollof rather than just adding the puree straight into the oil. And now I'm going to fry my tomato paste. So I'm going to fry it for about 3 to 5 minutes. It doesn't take time to fry, and before you know it, everything comes together. As you can see, it's already frying and it's looking already dry. So keep on frying it until you get your desired dryness, which is how it is looking now. And then I'm going to be adding my stock to it to make it rich and also tasty. If you notice, I really don't add salt most times when I'm cooking until I've added most things, because most of our seasonings contain a lot of salt in them. So I always wait for a while before I add my salt. that's waiting for putting most of my ingredients before I put the salt in. So that's our sauce coming together. It's so easy. Like I said, the next thing is to add your mixed vegetables. Also, if your child likes pepper, you can also add pepper to this sauce. My children do not eat pepper, so I rarely do add pepper to it. Now you can check for taste, and once it's good, allow it to simmer. Allow the vegetables to just simmer a bit in the sauce for about a minute or two, and then that's it. Our sauce is ready. So I'm taking the sauce off the heat now and then pouring it into the spaghetti, and then I'm going to stir it very well. And once it's combined, add the remaining of my stock now, and also check for taste. I'm adding some bit of salt, and then I'm going to cover it and allow it to steam. That will help the spaghetti and the sauce to come together very well, and then you have your spaghetti jollof in just less than 30-45 minutes. And that's it here. That's our spaghetti jollof. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up once again, and please do subscribe if you haven't done so. Thank you very much, and see you in my next video. Bye.